Hello and welcome to another episode of Know Your Politicians. I am your host Danish bin Nabi. Today we are in conversation with former judge and now parliamentarian Justice Hasnain Masoodi. In 2015, Justice Masoodi gave a landmark ruling about Article 370, saying that the article has assumed preeminence in the constitution. On 23rd May, Justice Masoodi won parliamentary seat from South Kashmir. Today we will be asking him about the importance of Article 370 for Kashmir and much more. Let's hear him out. Justice Masoodi Saab, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Let me begin by asking you, do you really now think there is a threat to Article 370 given the brute majority with which BJP has come back to power?
See, if we look at, the statements made during election campaign, so one gets the impression that yes, there is no threat. But I think that after this measure, after they get this kind of majority, maybe they realize that history has placed them at a situation where they can make a big difference in South Asia by going for a peace initiative and abandoning their agenda, anti-Kashmir agenda. There is a real possibility that maybe this was restricted to the election because, they got the gains out of this rhetoric, this narrative. And we hope that I think that maybe now the threat is not that real and they realize that they can, instead of going ahead with that threat, they can just go for a resolution of the dispute itself.
But in their manifesto, both the manifestos in 2014 as well as 2019, they have clearly said that they are going to abrogate 370 and annul 35A.
Yes, but that has been there since 1951. I don't say that there is no threat. But maybe it is wishful thinking. I believe that maybe now they realize that, see what kind of majority they have got in these elections. And this can be used to initiate an era of peace in South Asia.
But now we even have the Amit Shah as the Home Minister.
Well, stronger the government and we have more important man at the helm of affairs, maybe he also we are able to persuade him or his own conscience persuades him not to pursue this agenda, which will not get anything to India. See, abrogation of 370, abrogation of 35A means more problems in Kashmir. It is not just, see, they are dealing with 10 million people. And 10 million people by giving mandate to National Conference. All the seats that National Conference contested, it is kind of a statement by the people that, look here, we are behind, we are committed to integrity, identity and autonomy of the state.
At this moment, is National Conference taking any steps to meet the BJP leadership?
Well, I don't have a good idea about that. It is only leadership that knows that what steps are being conceived or what contemplated. But down the line, since the kind of statements that have come from National Conference leadership, they welcomed, they felicitated new cabinet, the leader of the Prime Minister. So there are that the overtures are that this positive. We don't want any confrontation. See, per se, there is nothing against the party that has come to power. Per se, on the face of it, it is only because of the agenda they want to just push in. That puts us in a position where we have to say that no, we cannot allow this.
But in your landmark decision in 2015, you have categorically said that it cannot be abrogated.
See, our case as regards 370, 35A, it is a stronger basis. The edifice is very strong. We have laws on our side, constitutions on our side, history is on our side. But see, the way they pushed in 73rd Amendment and 103rd Amendment through this recent presidential order, that is all illegal, unconstitutional. But if they want to do something not in accordance with Constitution, this again may be one of the reasons that they may not go ahead with this. because they realize that this is not the constitutional path.
And what would be the immediate ramifications if they scrap the articles, both the articles?
See, total alienation. Whatever alienation we have, and we want to bridge that gap, total alienation, and we don't know. We cannot imagine. I can't tell you that what can be exact reaction, but it will be entire population.
Entire population
against the decision.
Would rise,
Yeah,
would revolt against the...
I can't say that, I cannot use the right word, but revolt, whether we call it revolt, but they will be against this decision, they will stand up against this decision. But what kind of, what manifestation the public sentiment will have, I mean, only we can imagine.
Just for our viewers, if BJP wants to abrogate the article, both the articles, how can they do it?
See, they cannot.
If they go to Supreme Court, they cannot.
Sir, 370.
Even if there is a majority in the Raj Sabha, BJP majority in the Raj Sabha, can they?
They cannot. There is no route, constitutional route available. See, 370 cannot be amended, modified because of the constitution itself. Even that ordinary constitutional provision does not apply to 370. 370 itself says, the text says that this cannot be amended.
Okay.
There was only one opportunity to amend it or to abrogate it or modify it. That was when Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir was in session. Once it came to an end, they had an option under 370. They could say that now, look here, we have now laid down the law. We have now come up with our own constitution that defines our relationship. We don't need 370. But they didn't say that.
But rumors are rife that by 2020, they might have a majority in the Raj Sabha, and then they can easily abrogate it.
Sir, I say that whatever majority, it cannot be done because it is basic feature of the constitution. And Supreme Court says that you cannot change basic feature of the constitution as it is as related to Jammu and Kashmir. It is a basic feature. See, they say that you cannot do it. Second is 35A cannot be done by a presidential order because presidential order is contingent upon concurrence of the state government, and state government means an elected government.
Not the governor administration.
See, now it is common sense that governor is agent of president. President cannot ask his agent for concurrence. So there is no legal and constitutional route available to the central government to do away with 370 and 35A.
Just a point taken. Let's get down to the state now. You won by a handsome majority against the former chief minister.
Yes.
How difficult was it to beat her in her own version?
No, it was not difficult. See, she made my job easier.
How?
Once she stood herself in election, she decided to contest because she had presided over a regime of death and destruction for 5 years. It was very easy for me to pick up, to just quote every instance and throw it, whatever I would throw, that would stick. See, depriving youngsters, young children of their eyesight, pallet rain, pallet rot. Then, sir, 91,000 houses raided in nocturnal attacks. She wrote a different, she scripted a different story of atrocities.
But wasn't it your own vice president who brought the pellet guns to Kashmir in 2010?
No. See, give me an instance when pellet guns were used with this kind of impunity. I mean, see, on just a protest. So it maybe there is
another example. When Musharraf was the president of Pakistan, he brought the drones in 2005. He gave the Americans the authority to use the drone on Pakistani soil in 2005,
yes.
right? And during President Musharraf's regime, there were hardly few drone attacks that took place. And when Zardari came into power, drones were used in an unabated manner in the NWFP region of the Pakistan. Same goes for the pellet guns here. Umar Abdullah brought the pellet guns here, and they were used unabated during the Mahbooba Mufti's time.
See, it is not like of getting for lifetime once pellet guns. You shop for it every year. It is you buy it every year. See, if you buy 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, but she went for shopping spree. We said that don't shop for it. And second, the pellet guns brought for her, as per Chidambaram, Mr. P. Chidambaram, Home Minister, were different from routine pellet guns, pellets. These pellets had multi-heads. And when we approached, I specialists, they said that these are different than what were used previously. First, the earlier pellets were not like the pellets that were used in Mahbuba Mufti Sahiba's regime. Second is that with this kind of frequency, not used. Give me an instance when there was eyesight lost 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here it was done.
The first pellet victim, that was in 2000.
Maybe, but maybe, and then there was that constant review. Should we or should we not? Did not use humility.
As far as PDP's argument goes, they also say that they do review. Yeah, they did review.
They did not. We asked them as civil society group, please don't go for it. Please don't show up. Whole world asked, requested. They didn't agree. We said that at least ask your police not to use it.
Now, as an elected MP from South Kashmir, would you ban the use of pellet guns in the
I cannot ban,
South
but
Kashmir?
I will definitely advocate it and I will work for it. Because it is not a normal, crowd control mechanism. It is very lethal. I mean, see, what are the results are devastating. We will, yes, of course. Not only this, we have said that we will even get rid of draconian laws. All the laws. Yes.
South Kashmir is boiling. What as an MP would be your immediate steps that you would be taking to bring the situation under control?
See, first, my suggestion would be please don't use it against civilians. See what happened in Kulgam and Shoppian should not have happened.
No. My
First
question
is that let us minimize collateral damage. Second is that let us, instead of going for this all-out whatever program was introduced
Operation All Out.
by Madam, let us abandon that. See, there are different ways to persuade people our youngsters to just come on a table. But they feel that there is a serious offer of dialogue.
Now, there is also another controversy between you and PDP. Who brought the NIA to the state? Was it you or the PDP?
No, PDP operationalized it.
You brought it.
But it was not active. Give me single instance.
Pellet guns and NIA
No,
have the same comparison. You brought both the things to Kashmir Valley. They implemented them on ground.
See, Danish, law may be okay. You brought the law, but did not make it operational. But all the same, there is a law. But we did not give me a single instance when it was used.
In the very first instance, why did you even brought both the things to the state?
But pellet is different. Pellet is not that you bring it once for the lifetime. It's not that once you have brought it, it is for the lifetime. See, pellet is a mechanism, crowd control mechanism. You do it year after year. But once you did not use it with this frequency, this kind of frequency, which was kind of, which was alarming.
Point taken, Justice Saab. How justified is the ban on Jamaat Islami and JKLF?
There is not an iota of justification. What justification there is? See, Jamaat is a more social organization. Promotes education. Millions of our boys get education because of Jamaat. And second is that, see, till 2002, Muhammad Yasin Malik he was a leader who believed in peaceful means. To you entered into dialogue with him. Deputy Prime Minister sat with him. And all of a sudden you say that no, it should be banned. Is there any justification? Was between when Deputy Prime Minister sat with Malik Saab, after that, can we quote a single instance when that would prompt you or that would encourage you to tell us that
Would National Conference fight for both the parties?
Yes, we say that this should not be done. There should be, it should be a marketplace of ideas. People should be allowed, more so when everybody believes in peace. Everybody should be allowed to articulate his viewpoint.
Just Saab, hypothetically, if in the upcoming state assembly elections, the mandate is again fractured, would you National Conference be joining hands with BJP?
No question. See, we are not against a particular party. We are against this agenda. See, let us assume that BJP tomorrow says that we have nothing to do with 370, we respect it. We have nothing to do with 35A, and we respect it, and we will restore the autonomy, whatever you have lost. We are ready to go for permanent settlement, lasting solution to the problems, and then, see, things will change. But as long as political party, it is a known anti-Kashmir agenda. there is no question of even thinking about such kind of alliance.
And if there is another agenda of alliance between National Conference and BJP, which lays out all these points that it won't be abrogated, we are not going to do this, we are not going to do this. In that case, are you going to join hands with them?
No. See, they have to make it on the public. They have to make a public. They have to change manifesto. Is to be changed. It is to be said on the floor of the parliament.
Then only you are going to join hands with them.
See, if there is no anti-minority, if they believe in pluralism, if there is a change in a whole outlook, that is different. But right now, as on date, we have to take things as on date. As on date, there is no question of even thinking about it.
Sir, my last question. To stop the BJP in the upcoming assembly elections, would National Conference join hands with PDP?
See, this all, whatever I say, it is not party line, may or may not be. It is I share with you my personal views. No question. Because PDP is the party that has demolished brick by brick autonomy. National Conference stands for autonomy. Who brought GST? Who brought NEET? Who brought Food Safety Act? Who brought SURFACE? See, how can we join hands with someone who rhetoric may be something different, but who practically have demolished the autonomy?
You are saying that you are ready to join hands with BJP even if they lay out few points on the floor of the assembly, or there is an agenda between you and them, but you are not. You are not ready to join hands with PDP.
No, I never said that we will ever join hands with BJP. I said that is hypothetical. I say as on date there is no question of him thinking about it.
But
BJP has to be an impossibility.
But if they say that they are not going to abrogate Article 370, then you are okay with...
No, still not, because their policies are different. See, on pluralism, see on our linguistic, religious pluralism and larger issues, national issues. So there is no question of joining hands. I say that we are not against a political party.
You are against an ideology.
We are against an anti-Kashmir, agenda or anti-Kashmir attitude or anti-Kashmir mindset. And then larger issues of, democracy, respect for institutions. There are a lot of issues. I never said that we are ready to do it. Never.
Masoodi Saab, pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.